gotta be careful. We're getting to crucial points where mental health is really a big issue because people are not being responsible enough for where they're applying their mental energy. You understand? It's like, and I'm not trying to belittle or be funny with anybody, but if you don't learn to stop giving all this bullshit your energy, you are going to require formats of mental health. You're going to require systems of monitoring and release and making sense of therapy type shit. You're gonna need that. But if you start to understanding that, holy shit, this really is all a mental game of getting us on the individual and as a collective. It is a game of getting us to pay attention to what they desire for us to pay attention to, and us not being smart enough to see that that's really the beginning and end of the game. If somebody can make you pay attention to what they want you to see, even if it's being shown to you in a format of, if you knew what was going on, things would be different, that's not the case. Everything they're showing us is to keep us paying attention to it. The whole thing, for me personally, with conspiracy theories and my current level of awareness is, the conspiracy theorist is often the better tool for the conspiracy than the motherfuckers that are performing the dastardly acts that the conspiracy theorists are trying to highlight. And history will back me up on that. I mean, hell, I see it every day, and I even posted about it last week. It's like a lot of people are awareness woke posting now about what they now realize is going on, when people have been telling us and y'all that for decades. People have been saying, hey, watch this shit, and motherfuckers are like, nah, that ain't what it is. And so the shit kept going. Now I'm saying people who was like, nah, that ain't what it is, are like, holy shit, do you see what they're doing? And the people who were already saying it, and I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, the people who had already been watching the shit and already become immune to it, because it's like, nobody wants to do anything different. I can't keep staying a part of the same shit show that I'm trying to save when these motherfuckers are fighting not to be free. So just like I was saying before, and just to wrap that up, because it ties into today, your level of awareness is crucial. If you're not self-aware, you're probably going to get caught up in the awareness of all the things that are being shown. And that's that 11 for me. In my number system, 11 is justification for what has already got my energy. I'm trying to justify the things that already have me in separation. I'm trying to choose which format is going to be the best for me. You're not a part of that equation. You're already a part of the illusion. And that goes back to what I'm just saying. The conspiracy theorist is a bigger part of the illusion now than the conspiracy itself. Because as I see, and hurt feelings or not, there's a lot of my fellow conspiracy theorists who do not know how to disengage when confronted with people who are adamantly only there to disagree with them. You become argumentative, you become abusive, you become heartless on some levels, and then you're more concerned about getting your message across to people who are only there not to listen, and not being smart enough to see where, holy shit, that's only a part of the trap. Me giving my energy to try and make awareness an option for others when there are others who benefit from not being aware, got to make it make sense. Wholeness. Okay, there I go. I'll cut this short because normally when I get a phone call, it kills my lives. So I'll just, real quick, today, 11-7. 11, the awareness of everything that's going on. 7, the awareness of myself on the journey. Both of those are tricks. Both of those are tricks. You and what's going on around you ain't you. It's where you found yourself. You and what's going on within you ain't you. It's what you've allowed to make you sick. You understand that? Me, after I drunk some poison, trying to deal with the results of drinking the poison, I'm not really dealing with the reasons why I drunk the poison in the first place. And that's what I think a lot of people are missing. You cannot keep getting out here trying to have battles with people who are only comfortable where we're at even as comfortability is leaving the fucking table. And I just reposted something a minute ago on Instagram, and it's again more shit that people been saying. We live in a society, let alone a country, that would rather harm itself than to become helpful for everyone. And I'm glad the person reposted it, but it was like he gave examples, such as segregation, national health care, the education system, the GI Bill for black soldiers. Once they realized that black soldiers could use the GI Bill after World War II or whatever war it was, then the government decided to kill the funding, because how dare you ninjas want to be educated alongside the white man. So we live in a society, and this is not strictly about race, but I'm sorry, you motherfuckers need to start seeing that race is a big problem. It goes into where your level of mental awareness on how to keep your sickness safe means that anybody who presents healing for themselves now becomes a danger. So this 11-7 function that we're running through today is, if you're more hell-bent on keeping your environment safe without doing anything to fix the safety within you, and again, I always say safety is a trick. Safety means that something at some point in time can put me in danger. I don't need to be safe, I need to be aware. I need to know that if I jump off the cliff, potential harm. So I need to know where I'm going before I get there. That's why I keep telling y'all that spiritual journey bullshit. I love y'all, but there is no spiritual journey. There is only you. There is you and your choices. If you can't learn how to sit still, if you can't learn proper investment of energy, if you can't understand what reciprocity is, if you can't understand when somebody is really just your reflection, they're really just showing you the amount of traumas that you have made space for, and then you're choosing them. If you can't get to that level of awareness to where you see where a lot of stuff that you are giving your energy to only keep you caught where you're at with the notion and ideology of getting someplace better. It's that struggle mentality. Me not being safe, but willing to do everything to be safer, struggle mentality. Today shows us struggle mentality. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's big business keeping the system containing itself. The conspiracy theorist is now a part of the problem. The person who does not want to listen to any form of information is part of the problem. The system itself is part of the problem. The people that benefit from the system are part of the problem. So in all that I just said, can you not see that giving your energy to the problem makes you a part of the problem? You got to start focusing on you. If everybody would stop and focus on them and start taking accountability for where they're at, where they're going, why they're where they're at, and why they can't get any place different, or why they're scared to move from where they're at, we have some real questions we have to answer. We have some real hard choices that we got to face. And then we'll have to start looking at, holy shit, I've been only associating with the poison, or holy shit, I am the poison. Let me do something different. But that becomes a hard thing when people can't get out of where they're already triggered, which is also in today's coding. 11-7-2025 becomes 1115. 1111, where people are talking about it's the angel numbers, 4 ones, where I'm in activation. No, you're triggered. You're in agitation, not activation. There's a difference. You can be agitated and not move, or you can be activated and trying to find something different. We're agitated. We're a mouthpiece. Everybody, because we're talking a good game, waiting on somebody to have enough to do what we collectively won't do on our own. So that 111, where you're triggered and in agitation, 5 movements. We are agitated, trying to find a way to move. But again, if you paid attention to anything I said, you're trying to find a way to move within the same field of sickness that only requires your motion. This is motion sickness. This is spiritual motion sickness. You haven't learned how to pull your energy out of shit that only wants to pull you apart, because you're trying